we are diving into X Factor issue 55 with an awesome, very noir, foreboding cover by Mike Mignola. So if you guys are like, who's Mike Mignola? This is the creator of Hellboy. In his early years doing the covers for X Factor and whatnot. And I just love how it says the return of Mesmero. And this book is a little, there's drama and whatnot, but it's a little lighthearted. So I love how the cover is just like boom, 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 and the Beast is just like, oh my god. It's just a great little moment. So this book is called Desperately Seeking Vera. The print date on this is June 1990. And there it is. And then what makes this fun too is here's the credits. Written by Peter David, pencils by Terry Shoemaker and Colleen Doran, inks by Al Milgrom, colors by Tom Vincent, and letters by Joe Rosen. And then editor was Bob Harris, and editor-in-chief was Tom DeFalco. Considering how scuzzy parts of this city have gotten, like this one, I'm amazed that anyone has the courage to walk around. After all, as the bodacious beast, I have strength, agility, and if all else fails, my razor-sharp wit. But those poor non-mutants, all they have are incredible legs? And familiar too, but that's holy crow! And we're thinking, who's this going to be? Is this Trish Tilby, or is this someone we know? And I have no idea who Vera is. So if you guys could kind of clue me in on that, because I was waiting for someone I may have known, even like Moira McTaggart, and I was just like, who the hell's Vera? So if you guys could clue me in on when we first see her, let me know. She goes, where's that stupid thing? Vera! Yeah, that's right. Ah, here it is. Nothing takes the trick like a cancer stick. Vera, you. I just love the look of you. You big on pronouns, is that it? So you interested in a good time? Or do you just get kicked dressing like a road company cowardly lion? Vera, it's me, Hank. We used to go out, have a relationship. I know you've been through a lot, and we hadn't parted on the best of terms, but I never thought you'd come to this. I mean, you are a librarian, for pity's sake. That's the game you want to play? Fine. I'm a librarian. And you check me out. Vera, this is sane. You're coming with me. And so the book is essentially, Vera does not remember him. And she's fleeing from him. And he's like, Vera, where are you going? You could have gotten out of the way of my own way, you creep. Vera, where'd you go? And then she's, now there's a tart response. And you kind of get that Looney Tune look on his face. That's just so freaking Peter David X Factor. And then we get Opal and Bobby. And again, I will say this, and sound off in the comments if you guys miss Bobby and Opal, because she was so patient. And you knew that Bobby loved her with everything that he was, but being an X-Man or an X-Factor, I guess the best way to put it, always called him off. And he goes, Opal, either they're filming Batman 2, which I really thought was interesting that they could get away with saying that in here. So it's just real funny that Peter David was able to say that. In the neighborhood, or there's something I really have to check out. Do me something, would you? Watch my stuff, okay? And rather than get like mad, like say modern Mary Jane or something like that, she just looks solemn and she goes, dating a superhero is going to take a lot of getting used to. And that's why I miss her. She was great for Bobby Drake, and I miss that relationship. Anyway. Okay. So I forgot to mention. So this book, they're essentially hunting for war. And at this point, this was shortly after he'd just become Archangel. He became Death for Apocalypse there for a while, and he's struggling with these inner demons. And nobody knows where he is. He goes, look at it, the entire city burned down, crumbling. Apocalypse has had his final triumph. I have to do something. But what? What? There's still no sign of Warren Scott. Where could he be? I wish I knew Hank. We've got to find him. If he's still delusional, there's no telling how he's seeing the world around him. Whatever his perceptions, they're probably shaped by Apocalypse. And we'll spread out and search immediately. And then through this little bit of exposition, we kind of get a backstory on Vera. And we see Hank when he was kind of the more, I guess you'd say, nerdy looking dude in the early X-Men days. And as they're looking, again, runs into Vera. Vera, you aren't who I was looking for, but this is obviously kismet. Who are you? Oh, we're not going to start that again, are we? Taxi! Taxi! Let go, creep. I've got a recital to get to. Hey, wait, you forgot your cello. All right. Admittedly a bad joke, but you don't blow somebody up for that. And that charge wasn't designed to kill me, just annoy me. And it was riotously successful. Now think about it, guys. Come on. For those of you that are my generation that were a bunch of old farts, you can't help but think, seeing that explosion, that if he was Daffy Duck, he would have like a bill turned around on the other side of his head, and then he'd straighten and go, you do know this means war. And so the rest of the book is him chasing Vera. Goes over to a hot dog stand. Wait, is this it? Hold on. Is this it? Because I don't want to run it. Yeah. He sees her being a hot dog vendor. He gets pulled into a hot dog vending box and just big old fight. Look out. Can't stop. Uh-oh. Don't worry, folks. Tony Stark will cover everything. No, wait. That was when I was with the Avengers. Hope your insurance is paid, folks. It's just a good laugh. And I feel like this is like a cool down issue for everything that's been happening, because during this time period, we did the Fall of the Mutants, we did Inferno, and then we're just starting to reach into the cusp of the not the Executioner song, Extinction Agenda. So it was nice to just kind of have a little fun mystery with some very cartoonish moments. Now, this is where we find out that Mesmero is the main baddie of the book. And this leads into another character, which I wish I still had that issue of X Factor, but I gave it away a long time ago, which I wish I hadn't. But I will say this. When we get to see these creeps, he goes, Mesmero, you 2-bit hypnotist, forget it. All I have to do is not look at you, which isn't much of a chore. Boop, boop, boop. Huh? All right, you hypnotize me somehow. But if you think I'm going to fall for your cheesy illusions, you can just... it's sad that Peace is getting bit, but it's just our beat, and it just... The bad dudes. I get the exaggerated, wicked lookingness of it like that. It's cool. But at the same time, it just looks so... And this may be to give you that uncanny valley feel or that sense of other. But it just feels like they could have added a little bit of shading. Like, see, he looks good. He looks ridiculous. And this is bad. And this one could have used some pupils or something. But it just looks so cartoony compared to how when you get up close and look at Vera's eyes, or how Beast is really rendered, it just stands out like a sore thumb. So I don't know. That's just me. But anyway, Beast has to do a daring rescue. And at the end, he finally gets to talk to Vera. And this character, what is her name? Infectia, which is the issue that I was talking about. I will eventually find it again. And what makes this book particularly very dear to me is the fact that, yes, we're kind of leading up to further story arcs. This book does something that a lot of comics nowadays cannot do. Which goes, oh well, better luck next time. The end. I know, right? How often do you see in modern comics anymore where we can just have a nice, action-packed, funny, dramatic story without saying, next issue, and then the next issue, and don't forget after that issue to pick up this subplot that will lead into this event, and after that event, we're going to have a 4-part miniseries, and after that 4-part miniseries, we're rebooting everything to a big, awesome #1 again. Instead of just having characters that you love get into zany situations and then just nicely say, yeah. I don't see that much. Damn, do I miss it. Because this, even though it's not, again, like I say, not one of those, oh my God, it's one of the 125,000th variants that you can only get at this comic book in this state. And then people will buy, spend $15,000 for it on an auction site. No, this was just a fun read and exactly what comics are supposed to be. Fun. And that's what you are going to get with X Factor issue 55. So with that said, y'all, if you've enjoyed what you've seen, please first and foremost support your local comic shop or wherever you get your action figures and comics and pick up this issue. And if you've enjoyed this review, really would appreciate if you take a moment to like, share, and subscribe. Really would appreciate it. And if you wouldn't mind hitting that fancy little Vera bell next, subscribe. That way, as I continue to upload content, you guys get notified. Come to the channel. And I love talking with y'all and hearing your thoughts and feedback down in the comments or the socials, which I'll make sure the links down in the description. And if you enjoy what I do and you'd like to support the channel, I've left a PayPal tip jar link down in the description. And if not, I still appreciate you watching this video. Either way, thank you so much for stopping by. Hope you continue to have an absolutely amazing day reading, and happy hunting, everyone.